Welcome to today's podcast. And by the way, I'll go out and raid the town verbatim. But, it says paint the town for some reason on that link when I didn't even at first. That's just Wiccan's feet. Yes, sweetie. But today's podcast is about, and let's not forget the lesson from the one that I can't quite find because every time I look for it, it's not there, it's not in between, but it says a little blur. But I think it was a podcast actually, and it should be there. About the history with the occult. This isn't even the fifth time or whatever, with the Ephraim cow crap, and they're blood hungry, and there's the Crusades one about it, the Inquisition, don't forget about the Inquisition, blah, 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 blah. And then there's other ones about it, certain evil people crept into the early church right away and are even recorded as such in letters that are going on about it. But then there's the Nero one. There's the other foreigners who got there, they like the demon, some of them are in the same occult. There's just one occult. And they are united and not like the damn theists or whatever. But you make a wish, right, Uncle Jimmy? Right, Jimmy? Timmy! Now, anyway. Timmy! Yeah, people are mean. You're just so mean. That's me. I've been shocked a few times. And all the ways the water just, always in the pipe seems to, I take a shower. But even though it's pinned on the one temperature and it doesn't normally do that, whatever, all of a sudden, the handle doesn't move, but the scalding hot water comes out, and if I'm shampooing or something, it's inconvenient and it hurts. But it's happened so many times across multiple places to live, and then there's always somebody behind me or wherever in the complex or upstairs or downstairs or wherever, these places I pay for with my own money because I work $500 a day minimum, a freelancer even, but yet I always get frauded and people are banging on my just being mean. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean a little bit, bing 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 bing. Bang on you, buddy. Took a damn. And they spitefully use me. And I do my best with the Jesus shit about that, but fuck you. It's a state matter. You're not Christian or even nice. Or even American, Faithy. I'm a muggle, but I'm the ultimate Ready Player One muggle. Because I was player one with the hidden camera, Smile, you're on hero cam. Right, Mr. Carney, Mr. Scott, bang. Docking, tattoo. What's your number? 666-8231. The other one 777-333. Hey, that's a coincidence. Growing up, my number verbatim, when it's disconnected now, but was down here in Boca at least, was 561-395-8666 verbatim. Now, I don't know who picked that number up. I'm sure some great person must have it. But I'm not sorry that I stated clearly that was my number growing up at one residence because it ties into the Wiccan crap. With the 423-3332 verbatim, and the office line of the 427-4777 verbatim, and the 747s and the crap, or something, and the 66s and the 69s and the 31s and the 23s, and 67's cool because it's close. 18 is great because 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals 18, and as we know, we like that. And D for devil and demon. Get out. We don't know that about it. But anyway, so that's a little backstory tangent. I don't know if it's going to be 5 minutes long or 10 or 15. I really don't care. I'll keep it short. Yours are an hour. Mine are 15, right? Yeah. Why are you doing that? It's good. It's not good. Right, Natalie? Wherever you are, Poorman, I love you as a friend, and I want to help you. I don't care about, romantics. I'd be fine if even one soul told Timmy, right? Because then I'd be allowed to, have an open and honest relationship with even one human. But that's illegal, right? Because then, like, the jig would be up with the thing and the dogs and the occult and the sweeties and the occult thing and the Nazi party and the elite and the Bitcoin and the crap and the entertainment industry with, like, all the movies and all the ways, like, they think anyway, they have to overcompensate or something. I'd charge $1. I'd settle for $1. I tell them that's not enough because I love you's not enough, Portman, and I am lost for words with these people. Verbatim. But monorails, and they're so trustworthy. They're nice, right? Especially, like, certain, like, my family. I don't know about yours. I know they're buddies about it. So let me tell you a little bit. I'll speak cryptically enough that they can't sue me anyway. I'm just speaking true. But, like, I'll speak cryptically about certain characters' names. Maybe I'll call them all, like, Timmy or whatever, or Jimmy. Like Naruto-kun or Timmy Coons or whatever, right? But, like, yeah, you can all be, Naruto-kun or whatever. Sure. So anyway, Jimmy, I call you all Jimmy, right? You'll be played by the role of Jimmy. But they're so, like, trustworthy. So the thing about monorails, there once upon a time was a blimp, right? Call him the Goodyear blimp. Now, at this point, he was more of a stick, but he was a blimp, right? Just so gluttonous or whatever. I mean, some cousin or, like, I don't care whose nephew, somebody, like, worked at a monorail show, like, thing for, like, 2 weeks, right? Then quit because, like, never held a job in his life, didn't want a job. I'm the hardworking sucker muggle class here. And that one doesn't do that. But, like, for some reason, like, had to go after being down in Florida a couple times, lived down there for Lynn University, I think. Or wait a minute. No, that's the other guy. Not him. The guy who didn't do that. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the blimp. The guy who didn't do that. Right? But still, they substitute the reality. Like, I mean, they're all the same. They could be brown, they could be blue, and Timmy can be black and blue. What I mean, like, so they're so popular. Oh, the most premier, the family, best. Anyway, so there once was a stick, right? And, like, after, living, say, in South Florida, studying, traveling back, and going down to South Florida again to bother, like, tennis players about it. Then, like, this thing, like, winds up living for a year in Orlando, actually. Right there on, like, Wimbledon. And, like, for 2 weeks, they do, like, the monorail thing. But why are they at Disney? Now, I know my family connection to Disney better than, like, certain people. But why are you in Florida living there for, like, a year? And why, like, don't you, like, why can't I bust your balls about even that? What is this? Let alone the thing with the 9/11 victim. Now, that was stupid. But, like, even that, like, but me, I'm paranoid delusional these days. I'm the delusional one. We said it was delusional. All right, Sweetie. I'm not. And I don't do death threats, and I didn't suggest that my now toddler nephew is quote unquote, why are we hearing how you called Joshua a faggot on Facebook? But then I look at it and know I wished a happy anniversary to his grandparents and just said, hey, happy anniversary. I'd call you guys my fairy godparents, but you're already verbatim Joshua's grandparents, which makes us family, and happy anniversary. And, like, I put a heart emoji or whatever. But that got interpreted as I called Joshua, who was not mentioned except later, a faggot. And then I got phone calls from both parents, Ray and William, about how I had, what are you doing starting trouble? Don't bother those nice people. The nicest of the nice, by the way. They're not. Particularly, like, no. The one who worked with, like, Britney Spears and, like, the Backstreet Boys and, like, would never have known Chris, like, from the Bubble Boy thing with the Disney and the collusion and the crap. But how was Britney supposed to know? She was, like, 15. She's feeling bad about it or something. And I get, like, other people, like, you know, with the Hurley boy crap and the Bubble Boy crap and the he's a clean boy, and it's like, I know the guy still works. I mean, Rodney told me. So, they're just a rip-off deal, man. Like, that's not my problem. I'm not sorry, and in no way have I even misspoke about basic facts about where Goodyear Blimp lived. In fact, I'm being quite charitable. However, I'm just in case another automated truck tries to take me out or whatever, which I still haven't done, the unaffiliated. But I got, all right. But I do hold my tongue sometimes. I do say, like, but with the Make-A-Wish. And there are children who, like, try, but they gotta go like this, and then maybe they'll try to be nice, and they're honest, and they're scared, or they'll just break the law and flat out. It's not my fault that they have to, like, as they're forced to march by with their heads down with the big old American flag in the shot for no reason right in front of them. But, like, they were, like, stationed, like, there was, like, a whole operation, like, just waiting for me to come out or whatever, and, like, have a cigarette or whatever. And then they're gonna leave, like, little clues that they bother me about it by, like, they come in the house, they, like, move shit around, they, like, leave, they, like, if I have ash, like, sitting on, like, the stairs or whatever, like, more than one cigarette, you can notice it, but every time it's, like, cleaned out, and they, like, collect stuff, and then there's, like, dead geckos in my new place, like, in the little, like, place from time to time, and, like, my neighbors have mentioned how, like, once or twice, like, for certain people, like, and they saw it and were nice and told me, and then, like, I had to handle that about it. But, like, then, like, you know, maybe, like, we'll show up with cops for no reason, but I'll live stream it, and they're nice. And I don't hate you. I get you just have to be here to go through motions, but it's not me. Shattering glass and, like, lying to doctors and, like, they're on, like, who knows, more meds than me, even with the mental stuff. But yet, you know, I'm the one with the chemical imbalance these days. For my whole life, I had to hear how one of the two of them had a chemical imbalance. And like, they both understood, like, my brother's a little nuts about it. But I'm not talking about him. I mean the other guy, you know, Jimmy or whatever. But I don't like people who stall, because these children, the muggles, and especially a person like Natalie Portman or even myself, you know, we deserve our time. But all you have to do is decide, well, no, you have to give us back what's left of it, asshole, as a matter of fact. But you're still determined that no, we are one will, and we will not give happy ending. Remember when we said we were cool ones, guys? With the skull balls and the stuff, and the collusion, the clap, and blah, 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 because the rank is when we use the spirits or whatever. Yeah, but you forgot about the Most High one. Verbatim. Let alone the second Most High, which is Jesus, and he don't like you none either, now does he, precious? Because, like, you said he was dead or something, or like Captain America or Captain Planet's not around. That's not very cool to, like, make fun of alluding to Fight Club for, like, 40 years on the internet while you sucker the children into, like, but let us explain why not one grown-up has free speech in America, so you don't either, and we'll normalize the behavior. And then, of course, if we pretend like we don't have the balls to do it, then you won't wind up having the balls to do it. But, of course, our truths are not your truths. You're liable. You and only you. Not us. We're the muggles and the slavers and the children, and that's it. And you like to sentence us off even now. I'm like, that's great. But then, like, right, again, like within 2 minutes of just even a mundaner one, there's 179 comments. I take, let alone, like, whatever the view count would have been. If it even was one that had, like, a view count, I don't remember, but there was comments. 179 within 2 minutes. I take the screenshot. I believe it has to still be up there. It's in the Jedi archive somewhere. But either way, I mean, no one cares. Oh, yeah. I don't know. You don't count. But I got it. I'm like a Negro, right? Or whatever. Or a, like, kike or a slaver. It's just slaver. I mean, they went with slavery. Little Annie, little Timmy. And despite saying, I forgive you, and just $1 for legal trouble for you. Like, I mean, otherwise, but yet, like, I'm not allowed. I appreciate, I love Johnny Depp. I know that about it. Verbatim. Yeah, and I don't hate you either. But, like, you just insist on clever conversation, and then you'll cue music as I walk around places. Even today, I heard, like, just in public, just magically, like, the song that comes on is Hootie and the Blowfish, Only Want to Be With You, right as I, like, walk in. And normally I'd feel wowed or impressed about such things, except if anyone knows about the little show with the Sirius XM and the crap, and they just track me, and then like, oh, and then it's magic. We can't help my friend. Maybe he won't clean up his laundry, and if he cleans, then it's a sign that we're gonna be clean. But if he stalls or whatever, then we keep them. And either way, we got to keep our trap shut and the oracle, and then that's how it works. Whatever, like then that's like the Jedi side. Then the Sith side is just like kill you, whatever. And then you choose your side about who to keep your trap shut, who's like more pious. The people singing about Jesus who are being evil, or the people who like hate Jesus and are being evil. But yet they all agree they're not that bad, and like, you got to keep your trap shut. What do you think this is, American? So, again, with the monorails and the Make-A-Wish and the foundations, but then like, it's not worth it. It gets worse because you built the wall, so it's the opposite of when you come out of the wall, when it gets better. It's the opposite. And in terms of, like, public is coming no matter what, and, like, I'm not a big psychologist like Fauci or whatever with the crap and the bullshit honest, but don't bullshit someone who grew up with bullshitters, all right? Because, like, I'm used to your clan with the bullshit in the native tongue, and I'm not impressed. I got to be honest. Because if you really knew about it with our truths are not your truths, and they're getting older here, and this sucks, and you're a loser, man. Just a rip-off loser. Everything you say is a lie. Not one excuse. No, the Constitution stipulates we have free speech. So we don't rely on grown-ups from faraway countries or even our own to persuade us that's not so, and like, if you're theists, hey demons about it. Like, we don't care about any of it, man. Yeah, Hitler was a nutter about it, and even the demons know about the one God. But to you, maybe it's aliens. Huddle. You like Blade? Maybe it's demons. Maybe it's like vampire ones. Whatever. You're with the vampire and the blood and the crap. It'll run stale, but for good. And so I just warn you. And then, it's my hands are clean. If I didn't warn you, I wouldn't be doing like what he asked. Maybe if like any good person who could see it coming and didn't warn. But I don't do that. I just warn. And I stand like a watchman or whatever. I tried my whole life to be a Jedi and an ambassador or a watchman about it for Father God. And even his little doggy Jesus about it. But I'm the doggy, so are the Make-A-Wish kids, and who could care less about that, man? We could look bad here with the Bitcoin and the crap and whatever. It's not worth it. Just like, come clean about that. And like, I told Candace, like, man, we did that, but we didn't do that. And hey, they are oppressing us here. 11 views on the account. I mean, it's not like, even Trump wants a class action suit, and I couldn't blame him once. But how you gonna are you in Palm Beach or something? I mean, I'm right here. These people just don't have a clue. DeSantis doesn't have a clue. They don't have a clue. Or they'd put their foot down. Because, of course, they just ruin it for everyone. But even in the dark, like, they don't help me. Because then they'd have to cancel it, and that's their cash cow about it. They don't want that. They want introductions to the Disney movies to preface how maybe never watch this again in 2 years. And, like, whatever, There are no cats, it's a racist movie. They speak with the accents and tongues. Says you. And rip down the Abraham Lincoln statue that the slaves themselves designed and helped design and put up because it offends your sensibility of like, what are you saying? Black people with children here with the like worship of like Lincoln, you see with the statue, but then use the statues, and no, that's very disrespectful. The slaves like want that there, stupid. They put it there after he died and freed them. But you like Juneteenth, but you hate Lincoln, and you decapitated the head of like some white person who was an abolitionist, or wait, what do you call those ones? The abolitionists or whatever, and gave his life and died in the war. So you're gonna Antifa cool it and spray paint, and must be exactly the same as Columbus, right? But you, with your anti-fascism, your anti-racism, and your anti-Christianity, and your anti-Semitic. They always talk about black-on-black violence, Natalie, but what about Jew-on-Jew violence, or Christian-on-Christian violence even? Christians don't attack them. We don't do them. They do, and like me too, all right? God bless everybody, but that's not little Jimmy I'm talking about. That's like Jimmy Coons or whatever, you know what I mean? You people, you shouldn't do that. You should just like stop it, because whatever the collusion with the Stumpy and the like, I know a guy who knows a guy who like has a dog sitting service, and like because of a scam, like, oh yeah, it would be about $20,000 a day just to do nothing. You're right. That's true. It does add up to that, because it's like $500 a day times 40 times like perpetuity or something, and it's online with the service. That's nice. But I'm glad you're concerned about my welfare, and I hope you can find a job. But that girl cruise got taken away from me when I got home. I mean, that was $40K in the bank. But then why would I ever be able to even do my job? Because they don't let me. When I'm a good editor. I know I'm a nice person too. I don't do that. But don't bust my balls for too long when I get on Bubble Boy here. But they don't care. It's a fly on the wall show. You do it. Oh, don't worry about why your buddies from Walmart are always here when you. But I know why they're hearing, and I don't like to forget about it. But God bless you all. Let's try to do, like I said, we need Freedom Day and then Forgiveness Day and that order. But you want to forgive yourselves while, Father God, please forgive us for kicking this little doggy. But, we're going to continue to kick the doggy, and please continue to, we're so sorry, though. It will be returned to sender. He is right about that. But then he's also right about the no excuse thing. So, with the no excuse, why is there an excuse? Even from him? We're trying here. That's not so. He agrees. So, with the moths and the flames and the burn and whatever. So, whatever you got to do to not be frayed ends of whatever, he will hold that against you. He writes down in Ezekiel, I will forget all the righteous works they did and just remember the wicked. If they do that and die in darkness, but vice versa, I will forget all the wickedness of the wicked man in the day that is righteousness. But you can also return to your vomit, right? That was Solomon who said that, and Peter quoted it in 1st or 2nd Peter, with the like a dog returns to his vomit thing. Anyway, Natalie, I really am just trying to I have no friends, right? I try to vent, but to whom? So I at very least want it on the record in public about certain things, because who knows when the next time someone will be extra sweet about it will be. But I'm not allowed to even I'm delusional. But these people, they're nice. I mean, he's an author here. Haven't you read his book? Oh my God, it's so sane. All right, see ya.